Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Purim. Purim is a game published by Fun Hill Games and designed by friend of the show, I think friend, even though I've never really met him, Philip Duberry. He's basically lives an hour away from us. So we've kind of adopted him as our friend, even though he doesn't really know who we are. And this is a cooperative game about trying to rescue Jewish people in the Bible time, in the Book of Esther, this story is told, from the sons of Haman. I keep saying Haram, but Haman. And the way you're doing that is you are going to be playing cards. Each card's going to give you a good thing, then it's going to do a bad thing. And you're trying, at the end of the game, by one of the in-game triggers, you're trying to have more golden cubes out in spaces than black cubes, or areas with no cubes at all, to win the game. If there's at least one area that has at least more black cubes than golden cubes, you have lost. That's it. It's simple, but let's go down to the table and see just how simple it is. All right, so here's the game of Purim, all set up for 3 players. To set up a 3-player game, you're going to seed the board. And this is going to be done in, I believe, all player games. You're going to flip 5 location cards, and you're going to put a Son of Haram token out and a cube in the location. Then you're going to flip 5 more, and you're going to put messengers in different locations with gold cubes. And then you're going to shuffle a whole deck back together, flip 5 more cards, put another Son of Haram and a black cube in those locations. So you can see I have doubles and a few. That's not good, but we'll sort that out. Then you're going to leave those last 5 in the discard, leave the rest of the location deck face up, shuffle the messengers. There are 5, because there's 5 different colors of meeples. And you're going to pick one for the game. In this case, we have purple. The name is Carcass. He's a severe, once per round, gold cubes added or moved to Carcass's province are doubled. Okay, so once per round, it's going to help us get yellow cubes out. Then in a 3-player game, each player is going to get 5 action cards, and we're ready to go. We'll have the cubes over here in the supply, and now we can play. And we'll put the calendar token up here on the first month. There's also an advanced variant where each round you can flip a Sons of Haram card. This just makes it hard. I don't really like super hard co-ops, but this is in here if you want it, so keep that in mind. Now, the way this game works is we are trying to rescue the Jewish people from the Sons of Haram. And the way we're doing that is we either want to have locations with no cubes, that's good, or locations with the same number or greater gold cubes than black cubes. Before either this pile of cubes runs out, this pile of cubes runs out, or the calendar gets to 0. If we can do that, we win. If there's more black cubes on a location than gold, or if the game would end right now, we would be in trouble because there's tons of black. We would lose. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. Cooperative game. The way that game works is each player is going to pick one of 5 cards, or one of the cards from their hand. Let's just pick. Okay, so we're going to pick this, and then I'll explain what the cards do when I reveal it. So I don't want to get bogged down in that right now. Let's see, let's do this one. And so each player is going to pick a card from their hand, play it face down, and then we're all going to simultaneously reveal. All right, there we go. Now, once everybody's picked a card, we're going to simultaneously reveal. And now I'll explain the breakdown of the cards. All right, so if you look at the cards, there's going to be some areas. There's priority number, which the cards are going to fire from low to high. So in this case, this will be first, second, third, because we have 4, 11, 24. Then on every card except your last one, the last card that you plan around, you're going to do the loyal action, and then you're going to do the corrupt action. If you can. You have to be able to do it all the way for it to fire off. And then on the last action, the last card of the action, you're not doing either of these. You're going to do the end effect, which is a lot of the times bad, but not always. But you have no choice. You ignore these. You do this action on the last card that you played. Okay, so let's go ahead and fire them off. This one goes first. Their royal action. They're going to add 3 gold cubes to 1 province with only 1 messenger. So, at the beginning of the game, there's only 1 messenger in every province. And I think where I want to put it is, I'm going to put them right here. Because there's a lot of area over here, and I can start moving these cubes around. Then I'm going to do the corrupt action. Move all sons of Haram in 1 province to the top province card, right there. Then add a black cube for each province traveled per son, and then discard the card. So what that means is we're going to send some people to here. What I want to do, as a collective, we're going to try to move as little people as possible, because if you move multiples and you move them far, that's more black cubes. So I'm going to take this one. It's going to move 1 space. It traveled 1 space to get to this one, so we'll get 1 black cube. Then this card will get discarded, and then the new location that is up is Libya. And then this card gets discarded. We don't care about the end effect because that's the last card of the round. Then we'll go to this one. Let's slide this over here so I can see it. Add a gold cube to each province with at least 1 messenger. All right, so that's going to be good for me. So gold, 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 and over here, all the way over there on the board is gold, and that's good. We like that. Then add a black cube to any 3 provinces in the discard pile. So I'm going to take the discard pile, and I'm going to look through here, and I'm going to pick ones that I think may not be as bad. So let's do this one, because there's 2 gold cubes here. So if I put another black cube there, that's fine. So there's 1. Let's do this one as well. There's 2 gold cubes there, so let's put another black one there. And then let's do Elam right here, because there's a whole pile of gold cubes around it, and maybe we can make the best of it. All right, so I did both the loyal and the corrupt. That card is done. All right, this card. Move half the sons of Haman, of Haram. Yeah, what do I keep saying? Haman. I keep saying Haram, but Haman. In 1 province, rounded down to an adjacent province, and add 2 gold cubes there for each son moved. All right, so let's do this. Let's go. Let's move these 2. This is probably not smart, but I'm going to move these 2. And then I want to move half. So I'll move 1. And then we'll add 2 cubes for each one that was moved. So we're going to add 2 gold cubes here. That was that. Then we're going to add a black cube to 2 random discarded cards. Then shuffle the entire discard pile into the deck. All right, so we're going to flip 2 of these. So we will flip here. So we will add 1 cube here. And 1 cube there. And now all the discard pile gets shuffled back into the deck. And we will flip it up and see what we got. So now we have here. All right. And that's that. And that is turn 1 of round 1. All right. Can't forget that power. Once per round, gold cubes added or moved can be doubled in this one's area. I haven't done it yet. So let's just play 1 more card, and then I'll play the last card, and then I want to show you what happens between rounds. Because that's how the game's going to work. You'll see, I think, enough. All right, they're going to play this one. This one will play this one. And you got to be careful just putting a bunch of gold cubes out there, because that is one of the in-game triggers. Let's see. Let's go this one. All right. So now we will flip. So that's 19, 22, and 16. So let's put these in order. 16. Again, the person that played it will take the action, but just since I'm playing by myself, it doesn't really matter. So move a messenger up to 2 provinces to a province with only 1 son of Haman. Add 2 gold cubes. So let's go here. Add 2 gold cubes. So that'll help neutralize this territory, which is good. And then move all sons of Haman in 1 province to the top province card, adding a black cube to each. All right, let's see. So we're going to this one. I think I'm going to take this one and I'll just move 1 cube because it only traveled 1 space. And that one's done. Then we have to discard this card. Now we have another one. All right, this one. Remove a black cube from each province with at least 2 gold cubes. So we got 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So that was a good card, but the bad thing is probably real bad. Remove any 3 gold cubes. So let's just go ahead and do 1, 2, and 1 here. All right, not too bad. Next one. Add a gold cube to each province with at least 2 gold cubes. All right, so gold, 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 and gold. All right, so we got a lot of gold. We got to neutralize this area, kind of work over there some. And then we're going to add a black cube to each province with at least 2 black cubes. Ooh, that's nasty. All right, so let's go here, here, and that's it. That's not bad. It's not bad. All right. And that's that turn. All right. So then we would play 2 more cards. Let's just go ahead and play 2 more cards. Like we played 2 more cards. Because I want to show you how the end card effects work. All right. So now we're down to our last card of the round. Each player would just play it. And we're only going to do the end game. We're still going to fire it off in order. So we have 6, 12, 27. So this one, we're going to add 3 cubes to that son of Haman, which is Ariditha, which is this one. So that's going to get 3 cubes. That's real bad. That area is having some struggles. Then that one gets discarded. Then we're going to do it to that one, which is right there. That's fine. We have 3 gold over there, so that's fine. And then we're going to advance the calendar by 3. And again, that's one of the in-game triggers. So, you know, we don't want to get too far there. Then after all that is done, we're going to shuffle all the action cards together. So all the action cards are going to be available every round to, you know, maybe draw some. You're going to have new cards that maybe didn't come out last round, but maybe some that did come out. Then you're going to deal each player 5. And then we're going to do that again. And we're going to keep going like that until one of the in-game triggers happen. Either this one runs out, this one runs out, or the calendar gets down to the last month. And then we're going to look at the map. If this is how the game ended, we would lose because this one has black cubes, more black cubes than gold. This one has more black cubes than gold. And those 2 over there. If the gold cubes and black cubes are even in all the areas or there's nothing, we would win. But if there's at least one area with more black cubes that are unaccounted for, we lose the game and we need to try it again. So that is how you play Purim. Let's go to the top, see what they think about it. All right, well, that was Purim. So I'm not really going to talk about the components here because what I have is a prototype and I don't know if stuff is final. So I'm not really going to go into that. So let's just talk about the gameplay. And the components are mostly just cards and cubes. The cards are actually really nice quality, but just cards and cubes, so not a whole lot to really talk about here. But let's talk about the gameplay. So this is a simultaneous action selection cooperative game. And what that means is what I showed you in the overview. Everybody's going to select a card, put it face down, reveal at the same time. Cards are going to fire off from low to high number. Each player is going to take their turn, do some stuff on the board to try to accomplish the end goal of having more golden cubes on the board than black cubes in each individual area, not just the board in general. And if you can do that by the end of the game, which is either all the yellow cubes are gone, all the black cubes are gone, or the calendar track is all the way at the end, then you win. But if there's just one area, one space on the board that you haven't been able to get more golden cubes than black, you lose. And the sons of Haman win the game. it's super easy to play, and I like Bible themed games that are actually good games, because for so long there's been Bibleopoly, Bible Trivia Pursuit. Just take any terrible game and put the word Bible in front of it, and that's what you got. But what Philip Duberry and Fun Hill Games have been doing is they have been diving into these it's more historical based than biblically themed games, to give you a really good game that really kind of tells the story and the theme that they're trying to get through. And I appreciate that. Like they've done Wisdom of Solomon, which I love. I think they also have Portals and Prophets, Kings of Israel. Those are fantastic games. I don't know if Philip Duberry did those other two, but he did do Wisdom of Solomon. And this one fits right along in the Fun Hill Games catalog. It's a good game. It's not super hard to teach. It's not super hard to play, but you have enough decisions that you're doing on your turn to make it interesting. The theme works really well. You can see the sons of Haman moving around the map. You're trying to get the message out to help negate the sons of Haman's message, so you can set the people of Israel and the Jewish people free. It's so good. It's probably not my favorite game. I like Wisdom of Solomon a lot better. Kings of Israel I actually like better too, but this game it's good. And I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know any of those details, but when it does come out, we'll link it in the video description. We'll spread it around the socials again, because this game needs to get some love. It's a biblical game from our friend Philip Duberry, and it's a good game. A good biblical game is what the world needs, because there's themes of everything. There's Greek gods, Norse gods. So even if you're looking at this as like a mythology, it's a good Christian mythology, well, I guess not Christian, Jewish mythology game that is fun to play. So I dig that. So I'm going to give this a BGM accepted seal. This is going to get a 7.5 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.75 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Purim from Fun Hill Games and our buddy PDB. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.